What if I told you that you only need 1 hour? Yes, only 60 minutes to read, understand and master a chapter completely. With exams around the corner, it's a race against time to complete the syllabus. So my team and I sat together with a group of students to see how we could make this process faster for you. And with a lot of research thrown in, these tricks and techniques will make you nothing short of an expert in anything you choose to learn. So let's get going. Hey ChetChatters, this is Chetna and you're watching ChetChat. So learning a chapter is just like hiking, climbing a mountain. You can reach the summit but with a clear plan. So in today's video, you're going to get 3 things. First, a 3-point pre-plan for cracking this chapter. Second, a 4-step 60-minute detailed plan of how to master this chapter. And finally, 2 bonus tips. Now, before we set out on a hike, let's begin with the 3-point pre-plan. Number 1 is getting ready. Just the way mountain climbing tests your physical and mental endurance, studying a new chapter can be made easy if you use relaxation techniques before you start out. Do a little deep breathing, play a sport, or simply read a book to unwind and loosen up. 2. Acquire the gear. Before leaving for a trek, don't we ensure that we have the right backpack, trekking shoes, warm clothes, etc.? Similarly, before starting our chapter, we must ensure that we have all the things that we need right in front of us. Our textbook, pen, notepad, pencils, and a bottle of water. This will avoid waste of time and help us maximize each minute of our learning time. Needless to add, keeping the phone and gadgets out of sight would go a long way. At number 3, focus on the core. The person who has the strongest core muscles is the one who can excel in the most difficult trek. Similarly, each chapter can be divided into core material from where 80% of the questions are asked and elaborative material that makes up about 20% of the question paper. Now, if you focus on the core material like important principles, theorems, formulae, important diagrams, graphs, and less on the elaborative material like examples, quotes, illustrations, you will easily be able to learn the chapter effectively in the stipulated time. And now let's begin our exciting journey with the 4-step 60-minute detailed plan of how to master a chapter. Step 1, acclimatize. 5 minutes. Once you reach the mountain base camp, what do? You look at the mighty mountain in front of you and get a basic feeler of what's in store. Basically, you familiarize yourself with the task ahead. Similarly, with your textbook, spend the first 5 minutes acclimatizing yourself to the new chapter. Go through the chapter overview. Skim through the main points, read a quick summary and acquaint yourself to the job ahead. 3. Peep at the end of the chapter questions to know what to expect. Basically, familiarize yourself with what you're going to be learning. Step 2, starting out. 10 minutes. When you start the trek, the beginning always seems easy, so you generally get into a fast pace and quickly achieve the simpler milestones. Similarly, while studying a new chapter, the first few pages are basically going to be a breeze and there'll be a quick recap and revision of ideas that you've previously studied. You should be able to cover these pages effortlessly and give yourself a jump start. 10 minutes of complete concentration should do the trick. Now, before taking on step number 3, stop and celebrate. 2 minutes break. It's always exciting to leave flags at major milestones in a trek to acknowledge and celebrate your accomplishment. Similarly, you can take a few moments to make little ticks and stars on the pages that you've covered so far. A little celebration does a world of good. Step number 3, prepare for the altitude. 25 minutes. Once the easier parts are done is when the real thrill begins. As you climb higher, the difficulty increases. The slope is steeper and you need to be more careful. Here is when you need to maintain concentration and perhaps breaking your journey into smaller units of difficulty will help. Similarly, to start tackling the tougher concepts of our chapter, here is what you can do. First, focus and read each concept in detail once, using a highlighter to mark the important points. You can spend time reading the difficult parts again till you're able to understand better. 2. Next, you can convert each subtopic into a question and make bullet points to learn it easily. Use mind mapping to remember topics better. Research shows that the smartest students use techniques like analogies and acronyms to memorize effectively. And this is the time now to reflect on what you have learned. Ask yourself questions every now and then, especially with the most difficult concepts. Now, slowly and surely, from one difficult concept to another, you will reach the end of the chapter in no time. If you want more detailed tips, by the way, on how to read a full textbook, then I will drop a link to one of our videos in the description box below. Before taking on step number 4, stop, celebrate and enjoy the view. 3 minutes break. Now let's get to step number 4, the descent. 15 minutes. Going downhill is much faster than going uphill. The same way, once you've completed the difficult concepts in a chapter, do a quick revision of all that you've learned. You can do this revision in 3 ways. 1. Take your textbook and skim through the main points of each subtopic. Or you can use your handwritten notes and read through them. Another way to revise is to test yourself with the practice questions given at the end of the textbook. And now for the bonus tips. First, stay hydrated. Keep a bottle of water close to you. Keep sipping on it every now and then to boost your memory cells and give yourself a short breather. 2. Munch breaks. It's always fun to munch and snack on your favorite food like cereal, nuts and roasted tidbits to stay alert and active through your study session. And finally, at the end of the 1-hour session, keep all your books away and take a well-earned break. And I hope this helps you to cover your portion in the shortest possible time and wish you the very best for your exams. And happy learning!